Because now it's not just a linear model, it's not just an urgent matter that, relates to fashion, like now that relates to people. I would actually say that I'm an artist because I have more of a scientific approach to the way that I design. I've always been about using new methodologies, and I think the basis of a lot of my work is rooted in experimentation and discovery. And I love to use my hands. Not surprised at all that science and technology and fashion are all kind of like merging together. I'm not surprised at all. I predict this. I definitely see them as being very, very closely related. Traditionally, I think there's always been like this presumed distinction between the artistic mind and the scientific mind. I do think that there are differences in, specifically like in mathematics and art, even though I do see a lot of correlations between mathematics itself and art. But I think people that are very artistic may not think in the same mathematical way, but I think with science it's different. So, I mean, if we're speaking about theoretical sciences, then to me that's a lot more correlated with the art world. But if we're thinking about working with numbers and building mathematical formulas, then I think that is more correlated with mathematics. But the creative mind is actually very, very analytical, because a lot of what art is basically delving into thoughts and reimagining, reinterpreting, and basically recommunicating concept in a more abstract form. But I think that overall that process is something that is very applicable to both scientists and artists alike. We've always had this like presumed distinction, but if you really think about like some of the most notable scientists, Einstein, he was famous for the theory of relativity, but a lot of people don't really know that he was also an avid violinist. He said that it kept his mind sharp. Leonardo da Vinci was very, very famous for his really detailed depictions of the human form. Isaac Newton, who discovered gravity, he was really also into sketching, and it was discovered that a lot of his walls had, sketches of different things, that he was kind of going through in his mind. So there was also Alexander Borodin. He was a chemist who was also a composer. There are a lot of great scientists that we revere today that were actually really, really great artists as well. So I think actually going forward that line between artistry and the science will be very, very, very blurred, especially in so many people taking initiative to figure out how to implement technology and sciences into fashion. And when I say science and technology, I'm not just speaking about like 3D printing, a lot of work being done in like biological sciences with growing different materials that can be very contributory to sustainability. So I don't look at them as being as distinct as most people do. And I think with me personally, my love for fashion and art definitely stem from my love and my passion of science, and my urge and my passion to always, be discovering and exploring and expressing definitely stems from my scientific mind in a way. That curiosity of trying to find something new and trying to re-express something in another language, the language of art. Of time. That's one thing we're not wasting. We're not wasting any time at all in the fashion industry.